yeah, there's such an alignment with that, and going into the future, it's going to stay the same. And one of the things that's been so important to us is aligning with a company that shares that DNA and that passion to be in the real estate space. It's almost like a calling. Look, we want our clients and the public to get what they deserve in a real estate transaction. Somebody that cares about them, somebody that has the chops to really bring value to them and see that they benefit. And, we found it. And as you know, there's been a lot of due diligence and a lot of time spent making sure we could create the best alliance possible for you, the agent engagement. And we've done it. And yeah, the brand isn't going away. And, I know we're biased, but we think we have the coolest brand on the planet. And we're now aligning with the coolest emerging real estate firm on the planet. And very thankful and very excited. So I'm just going to take 30 seconds on the market because we want to hear from all of these wonderful people at Real Brokerage. But here's the snapshot. And these are numbers as of the end of last week. Southern California market. The heading on the sales report from Stephen Thomas was, buying now is the right move. And that's something that nobody predicted last fall. They predicted rising inventory, falling prices. Oh my gosh, here we are. Well, you know what? It's May 2023. Believe it or not, prices in Southern California are actually rising. And it's a combination of literally almost no inventory. 18,000 active listings in Southern California is a drop in the bucket. Back in the day, we had way more than that in just Little Orange County. There's an inventory crisis. As you expand nationally, it's still somewhat of a crisis, but it's not really nearly as bad. In fact, nationally, inventories have increased a little bit, but in Southern California, they've gone down while demand has gone up. Right now, we're sitting with 24,000 transaction sides in escrow in Southern California. So if you want assurance that there's business for you today, well, there we go. Right now, as we speak, 24,000 transaction sides that are represented by somebody. Many of those are represented by many of you. Congratulations. So demand has gone up, actives have gone down. That trend's going to go through the rest of the year. We're not going to see a spike in actives. So, and think about it. Not only is the seller going, whoa, I thought I'd be selling for a 15% discount this year. I'm not. In fact, prices are going up. Buyers are saying, oh my gosh, I was afraid to buy because I don't want to buy into a market that's going over a cliff. Nobody wants to do that. Well, buyers have assurance, hey, this market's not going over a cliff. It's rock solid. And guess what all the projections are for interest rates? And right now we're about 6.5. And isn't it interesting that people have gotten used to that? It isn't the shock that it was in the last year, but rates are projected to go down toward the end of the year and beyond. So another reason for buyers to have confidence, hey, I find the house I love now. Yeah, rates are a little higher than I'd like. I can refinance as time goes by. So look, gang, this is a solid market for us and loving it. By the way, market time, third thing, we're sitting at 45 days market time in Southern California. Nobody predicted that. We started the year with over 100-day market time, which is really a balanced market. We've declined. We're at 45 days. 3-year average prior to COVID, 64 days. And during all those years, we were saying there's no inventory, my gosh. So very interesting market dynamics. What does this mean? You can speak to buyers and sellers with confidence that they can accomplish their goal in this market, and we will guide them to do it. So there's your market. Hey, back to this next step for us going forward. There is a street cred now in your story that just adds to what you've already been experiencing and telling your consumers that you're confident that if you and Agent Inc. represent them, they're going to have the best marketing on the planet. Look at our track record, our team results. We've been ranked the #1 team in the world for 5 consecutive years per Real Trends in the Wall Street Journal. As if that's not enough, now we're adding to the story. And by the way, we're powered by the world's fastest growing publicly traded real estate company, Real Brokerage. And there's a new energy around growth. There's a confidence around growth. There's a street credibility around growth. Real Brokerage in California, and someone on the call could probably tell me exactly, about a year ago had about 400 agents in California. I think it's over 1,600 agents today. Now think about the timing of that. It was a year ago, May of 2022, that our big run in the market kind of reversed course and started declining. So in a market that in essence has been declining for 12 months, Real Brokerage has quadrupled in size in California. There is such a confidence in the street credibility around growth. So the consumer that's saying, this is a tough market, I need someone that can really help me, you get to say, good news. I'm with the firm that's killing it, that's growing faster than anybody in this market. And so another step to the consumer having confidence in you, Agent Inc., and now Real Brokerage representing them. So, hey, I love it. I know I'm competitive to a fault. I love to win. I hate to lose. So are many of you. That's why we do what we do. This is almost an unfair advantage. Your story got more compelling and more powerful today. And yeah, John and I were talking earlier. And as I've said, hey, why not us? This is our time. And accelerating the growth of everything we've envisioned to give you is such a gift because, nobody's guaranteed 30 years into the future. So quantum leap forward. Thank you, John, for your leadership in making this happen. Thank you, Real Brokerage. I know we're going to meet a few of you today. So that's it. I'm excited. I guess you could tell.
Scott, thank you. Always love your enthusiasm. And today's a big day. It really is. It's I call it day one. This is day one for us. Jaime, are you with us, buddy?
I am. I'm here. How's everybody doing?
Great. Hey, you buy those glasses, man. I want some of those. Those are cool.
I appreciate that.
I know you've come online with us a few weeks ago. You're working through all of our functions, systems, passwords. You've got our social media going again. You're doing great things for our agents. What's the latest and greatest, Jaime?
Well, I mean, we've got the social media going, just working, getting everything dialed in and try to make this as seamless as possible for everybody. So we got a smooth transition. Seems like we have going on so far. I'm looking at everybody's stuff right now. And I think what I would like to do is probably get a roundtable with some of the agents, maybe next week to start dialing in on some other possible marketing ventures that we've got going on. So can help you guys out a little bit more and get you guys some more transactions, So that's the whole point.
At the end of the day, that's what matters, right?
Right.
Well, Jaime, thank you very much. And good seeing your smiling face this morning.
Hey, John, let me give a 10-second shout out to Jaime. I got a marketing piece yesterday from Kelly McCall, and Kelly's a rock star, 30 deals a year. She sent it to me so excited that you created something for her that she can't wait to get out. And hey, that's what it's all about. And when I saw that, I go, this is phenomenal. So good work, my man.
I
Can
love
I
it.
say something really quick? Jaime, Carrie here. Thank you so much. You did a postcard for me too. Absolutely love it. Turn time on it was amazing. And I'm excited. And then also, I know that we're going to be talking about the app. I know that for me, I was using the app for all of my clients, sending those out to them. It was really easy for them to look at properties just from their seat or their living room, wherever they were. So I'm excited about that too. But thank you for the great job on the postcard that you did for me.
Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. Patty Brooks or Dylan Keatle from Agent Mortgage. What's happening out there?
Hello, everyone. Good morning. It's Patty. Dylan was not able to join us this morning. As Scott said, the rates are hovering around 6.5%. You can buy the rate down, not for too much, depending on the loan amount, down into the high fives. FHA, VA are still in the mid fives, which is good. FHA is really coming outshining right now because in Orange County, the loan amounts are at $1 million, just over $1 million. So with rates running almost 1% lower than conventional, and their MI, especially if someone doesn't have a full 20% down, it's something that everybody wants to consider. It's not a hard loan, it's an easy loan. So keep that in mind. I'd like to do a shout out for the resource hour that we want to have on Thursday to meet as many of you as possible. We've gotten a few RSVPs. I'll be reaching out to everybody individually as in regards to a location. It'll be near the Jamboree office. So if anybody would like to attend, please email, text me, call me directly. You guys, I think, have all gotten my contact information. And past that, I think the most important thing I want to say right now is that we really need loan officers. So if any of you know loan officers who are seasoned, who you feel might be a good fit with us, please, please, please have them reach out to us directly. We would really appreciate it and be very excited to meet them. And that's about it.
Oh, thank you, Patty. Well, I'd like to turn the microphone over to Joel. Joel, are you with us?
Yep, sure am, John.
How you doing today? I
I'm
feel
doing
like
well. About yourself?
2 hours will go by that I see your smiling face lately. It's good to see you again.
Good to see you as well.
Yeah.
Well, hi everyone. My name is Joel. I'm the director of growth here at Real Broker. I am working with you all to help make this a smooth transition. Today, I'm just going to talk through a little bit about Real and the company at a high level, and then the offering in and of itself. I did want to just point something out before I get started. Shiva, I sent you a direct message on here just to let you know what I have going on at the moment with my laptop. So I'm going to drive forward anyway. If I have to switch to my phone, I will. I'm having some IT issue at the moment, but hopefully we'll make it through. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. So just a little bit about the company in the general sense. Here at Real Broker, we have been around since 2014 originally. At the end of last year, we closed with almost 40,000 transactions across the United States and Canada, 381 million in volume through 2022. We're active across 45 states. We're actually going to be active in 48 states very soon, and we're over 10,000 realtors. And so, as John mentioned, we're also a publicly traded entity in both Canada and the US. Both tickers are REAX, so you can look us up online in either of those indexes. Just a few things that we're going to go over today about Real in the general sense is Real Solutions in terms of, Real's offering in terms of keeping more, as John said, having a raise for everyone, which is great. We'll talk about ownership and wealth building opportunities, a little bit about the technology and tools, as well as our training. And then we'll talk through the revenue share and kind of finish with the Real community in and of itself. So jumping right in, just at a high level for those individuals. So just wanted to kind of like lay the groundwork for you all here. There's going to be a few things that are in this deck that are not going to be applied to you all due to your leadership negotiating on you all's behalf. So just wanted to kind of talk through a few things that you may see that won't apply, but this is 99% accurate versus the carve outs that you all got. So at a high level, every one of you will be able to choose between two different cap structures, which will be either $12,000 or $6,000. And I'm just going to go ahead and start with the $12,000 cap option. So as a $12,000 capping agent, the split is an 85-15 split. We offer all of our agents up to 3 personal transactions per year where they can actually close for $250, but keep 100% of the commission. We will also be offering you all a $500 annual brokerage fee that's split between the first 2 transactions each year. That will cover you for the first 12 months while you're with the brokerage, and we'll be waiving any sign up fee or join fee. The only cost that will come out of pocket for you to make any changes will be your board and MLS transfers. Does that all make sense so far?
My God, the whole time
Yes.
Awesome.
the whole time my thing was.
Those of you who will be choosing the $6,000 cap option, The plan is actually exactly the same, except you'll have a lower cap, and I'll go into the difference in benefits based on the cap that you choose. But in the general sense, just as a quick reminder, 85-15 split still, you will have a cap of $6,000, same $500 annual brokerage fee, same benefit of 3 personal transactions per year at $250. And as I didn't mention in the first slide, there is a post-cap closing fee of $225 on any sales or $125 on any leases. Just as a heads up, this is inclusive of E&O insurance. So you all will not have to add or change any other E&O insurance. So you automatically get added to Real's umbrella policy across the board starting day one.
That's important.
Yes. As a publicly traded company here at Real, we offer what we call the stock purchase plan. The stock purchase plan is not a mandatory benefit. It is optional. And at a high level, basically you'll choose at the onset of your application whether you want to opt into the program or not. Now, just so you know, because of the various compliance and financial regulation requirements to stock, we have to kind of limit the amounts of in and out movements that agents have. And what I mean by that is an agent can opt out of the program at any point in time throughout the year. However, you can opt back into the program once per year outside of your anniversary month. So what that means is every anniversary you can change. And if you're not in the program, you can get back in once outside of your anniversary month. I'll say that again towards the end, but just want to make sure I kind of lay the groundwork for that. If you choose to opt into the stock purchase program, you're basically saying that Real can withhold a percentage of your commission, 5 or 10%, and put it towards a stock purchase on your behalf. Now, what that means is Real will withhold a percentage and purchase shares in your name on the last trading day of the month. So just to give you an example, let's say you opt into the program, Real will withhold 15% of the split of the commission for the split, with an additional 5% on top of that will go towards a stock purchase on your behalf. That 5% pre-cap will accumulate over the course of the month. And on the last trading day of the month, whatever the stock is trading for on that day is your strike price. Real will then purchase all of those shares. Let's just use a nice round number of $1,000. Last trading day of the month, Real purchases $1,000. One of the benefits of doing this program through Real is we have a bonus structure. Some companies do a stock discount. We found it much more economical to just do a bonus to the agents. And so what that means is using that number, $1,000, you put in $1,000 over the course of a month. On the last trading day of the month, Real purchases $1,150 worth of stock, which is this 15% bonus that you see here. After capping, the same rules apply, except the 5% converts to 10%, and the 10% bonus is 30%. So same numbers. Over the course of a month, that 10% equates to $1,000. Real will purchase $1,300 worth of stock in your name and give that to you. A couple of caveats to that: you will see those shares immediately, but they will show up in a Morgan Stanley ShareWorks account, which is a Morgan Stanley stock management tool. For those of you on the full cap of $12,000, you can max this benefit out at $15,000 per year, meaning of your own commission dollars. Those of you on the $6,000 cap can max out this benefit at $7,500 per year. One other caveat to this, I wanted to let you know that there is a 12-month hold on these shares. What that means is the shares that you purchase with your commission dollars 100% belong to you no matter what. However, if you decide to leave the brokerage before 12 months is up, you would lose the bonus shares. You would, however, keep anything that you purchase with your commission dollars. If you stay longer than 12 months, then you would keep both the shares you purchased plus the bonus shares. I'm going to pause there for a second. Any questions at all?
I have a question, Joel. This is Mary Grant.
Hi.
So let's say you're there for 12 months, you get your bonus. But let's say at the 18-month mark you leave. Do you still receive the bonus for that next year, or you just have to stay there for 12 months cumulative in order to collect all of the bonus structure?
No, you would have to stay 12 consecutive months. If you stayed 18 months straight through from January to the following June, you would have met that requirement and would keep both the shares you purchase and the bonus shares.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. Any other questions here?
We're going to have
Cool.
all this recorded for agents to go
Yeah,
back. and reference.
no worries. And I'm happy to do this meeting again for those who want to come back and think about it and ask other questions as well. So another benefit that we offer here at Real Broker are capping and attracting awards. And please excuse this typo here. We will not be changing the capping or attracting award to 10,000 agents. We're already over that number. So these numbers are in fact accurate. So Real also offers straight stock awards for two specific items. One is capping. That's a very straightforward award. The month that you cap, when the finance team closes out the month, on the 15th of the following month, you get awarded 250 shares worth of Real stock. The attracting award, very similar. However, the triggering mechanism on the attraction award is closing of a transaction with a minimum GCI of $2,000 or greater, not a license transfer, right? Everything that you'll see throughout this presentation is related to production. That's how all of Real's benefits are structured. And therefore, the attraction benefit is based on adding an agent to the brokerage or your team. It doesn't matter. However, they would have to close a transaction with a GCI of $2,000 or greater in order for you to receive the 125 shares if you're carrying a full cap. The rules apply and are exactly the same for both cap structures. However, obviously the $6,000 cap will just carry half the benefits of the $12,000 cap. One other thing I wanted to point out here, or two other things, excuse me. The first is the attraction benefit. There's no time limit on it. So if you attract an agent in January and they don't close that qualifying transaction until October, that's okay. You still earn that benefit. You just wouldn't earn it until later in the year, come October, November. The other thing with this is these shares vest over a period of 3 years. It is a full 3-year cliff, meaning you join in January, cap in January, 3 years later in January, you would receive these shares free and clear. You can sell or trade them however you'd like. Any questions here at all? All righty, moving right along. So for those of you who choose to go onto the $12,000 capping award, we have what's called the Elite Agent bonus. That is meaning you carry a full cap and then you're standing out amongst realtors in general across the company and checking one of two boxes. So you capped at $12,000 and you either hit $6,000 in post-cap closing fees, so $6,000 in $225 increments, or as you all are in the luxury market, if you have over 10 transactions with a sales price of $1 million or greater, with it combined with a total GCI of $500,000, you will earn an additional $16,000 in stock from Real. So right out of the gate, your cap is 12, but the bonus for hitting the Elite Agent Award is 16,000. Once you earn the Elite Agent Award, you qualify then to teach monthly or give back to Real's agent community. And what I mean by that is you would work with Real's Director of Education to teach monthly in the Real Academy once per month for about 45 minutes or an hour for 12 months. If you meet that requirement, you would also receive an additional bonus of $8,000 in stock. So just on this one single slide, you have the potential to double your cap from $12,000 of what you pay into Real, you get $24,000 back in stock. That is not including the capping and attracting awards. That's also not including the stock purchase plan if you opt into that program as well. So you can see how these benefits start to snowball. These awards are also a 3-year vesting schedule. So it is a 3-year cliff based on the triggering date of when you receive the shares. The cultural award does not have to be in the same anniversary year as the Elite Agent Award. Obviously, that's a very big hurdle to hit. So if you join in January, you become Elite Agent in October, your anniversary is obviously January to January. We would not expect you to meet that requirement in 3 months. You would have, from the time you earn the Elite Agent Award, you have 12 months from that date to earn the cultural award. Any questions here at all? All right.
Understand.
Cool. I'm glad to hear that. I try to check as many boxes as I can. So just a little bit about Real's technology. So obviously we are first and foremost a real estate brokerage, but we have the soul of a technology company. What I mean by that is I have never seen any real estate brokerages that have about 80 developers and production people in regards to developing new technology and tools for our agents. Our app, which is called Rezen, R-E-Z-E-N, is what every agent operates from on the day-to-day. It is based in the cloud, so it is both mobile and desktop optimized. And since it's in the cloud, anything you do from your phone will also show on your laptop or desktop and vice versa. So it is a very slick tool in terms of connecting your business to wherever you are. It's also where you would track and manage all of your transactions, track your stock purchase plan, stock awards, revenue share payments, your progress towards your cap. You can validate your commissions. All of that takes place in the app itself. And you can track everything in vivid detail by printing out your own reports and CSV files. So we have that level of visibility for you all. Workplace is Real's agent community tool. So that is where we store marketing material, attraction material, where agents would teach in the Real Academy. It's as well as where anyone would be able to hold masterminds and events. We also have company-wide meetings simulcast through Zoom and Workplace. Each state has its own group, and so that's where the broker makes any specific announcements, compliance changes, contract changes, anything of that nature. So you all will be automatically added to the California state group and any other states that you're licensed in automatically, and then you'll immediately be receiving information and anything else you might need to know from Real about the state itself. Chime, we'll skip over for right now, but that is our third-party CRM tool. If you have more interest in that, I'm happy to talk through that with anyone, but we'll skip over that for now. You all have world-class marketing and CRM. Jumping into training and education, this is an old number here. We were at about 800 classes through the end of 2022, and we have over 500 on-demand classes added to the knowledge library. I think there were like 80 or 90 new masterminds and discussions that were in Workplace. As I mentioned with the Elite Agent Award, we teach monthly, so those classes all get added to Real Academy in the general sense. And then we also will be soon launching Real Academy, which if you start attracting agents that are new or across the country and you don't plan on mentoring them, it's a great coursework and curriculum program for brand new agents that maybe aren't within your scope or in your geographic area. Before we dive into revenue shared, does anyone have any questions at all? It can be about any of the previous slides, anything else, I'm happy to go through that. Okay, cool. So we'll dive into the revenue share program. So another benefit that we have at Real, obviously, is the revenue share program. This is a big one that a lot of people want to make sure that they understand. I'm going to go through this now, but Mr. Reagan Nicholson, who was on this call, is also in touch with your leadership and will be scheduling what we call the 8 ways to earn money at Real. And he'll actually be able to, I'm not sure if he's going to be in person or not, or both, but he'll be actually there to explain to you all how this will work. And I had that, I knew that was going to happen. 1 second. Minor technical difficulty here. Okay, I'm back. Cool. So the revenue share program in and of itself, everyone that takes part in the revenue share program has to be a producing agent. What I mean by that is it's a very low barrier for entry, but you would have to close at least 1 transaction every 6 months, that net Real brokerage at least $450. So that is a GCI of $3,000, which is a very low hurdle to what we call producing, which means you can receive revenue share and continue to build out a revenue share network. A lot of words get thrown around in a revenue share network in terms of downline, trees, all these different things. I like to think of it horizontally. It just keeps it a little bit more clean for me. So when you're thinking about the revenue share program, the only way that you need to think about it right now is an agent that I would attract. And I'll use myself as the example. Any agent that Joel attracts to Real Broker, which I don't, I work for corporate and I don't partake in this, but just for the record, any agent that Joel attracts to Real Broker, Joel could earn a potential $4,000 per person per year if that agent is on a full cap of $12,000 and caps annually, which is 5%. The numbers that you see above each block are the number of tier 1 5% agents that you would have to attract to Real Broker to unlock the second tier. I'll use myself as the example again. Let's say Joel attracts 5 agents to Real, and they're all capping agents. So that's $20,000 in passive income per year that I can earn from those 5 agents. If one of those 5 agents attracts a brokerage of 50, that would go under Joel's tier 2, which means my maximum could be $3,200 per agent. However, because I do not have 10 agents in my tier 1, I would not earn the revenue share on the tier 2 agents, the group of 50, until I have attracted 10 agents in my tier 1. So I'll pause there for a second. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and I think a big point here is that big 5% benefit on tier 1 is anybody and everybody that you recruit. There's no qualifying as far as number of agents.
Correct. There's no minimum and there's no maximum, right? So if you attract 1 agent, you could earn $4,000 in that 1 agent. If you attract 1,000 agents, that's 1,000 times 4,000 if they're all capping. Now, I'm not going to pretend like that's an easy number to hit, but that's correct. There is no maximum number of tier 1 agents. You only need to have 25 in your tier 1 to be able to earn a percentage on all 5 tiers. I know that you all are familiar with revenue share, and I just kind of wanted to give a quick kind of background to why we decided to do this. The first is we wanted this program to be a couple things. One, we wanted everyone in this program to remain producing, right? Like that's the whole thing. We are realtors, we work in real estate, so we want everyone producing, and we wanted to incentivize people to continue producing. The second thing, a lot of you may have seen some other companies where it might be the lowest tier and the lowest percentage up front, moving up to the highest at the top. The reason we flipped that is for equitability across the board, right? We wanted this benefit to make sense for an individual agent who might have a few friends that are in real estate, just as much as it would make sense for someone who has a large organization in place already. And so we decided to flip the script on that. The average realtor in America does not make 7 figures, not by a long shot. And so to the average agent in the United States, $4,000 per person per year is a life-changing amount of money. And so we wanted that benefit to make sense for all agents of all creeds and backgrounds across the country and North America so far. So that's just kind of like a little bit of background, but does that make sense to everyone so far?
What happens with the agents that have a $6,000 cap that you recruit?
Great question. Great question. So all of these percentages are exactly the same, except obviously if the cap is cut in half, the maximum potential earning is half. So if it's a tier 1 agent and they're on a $6,000 cap, the maximum that you can earn is $2,000.
Any other questions?
If there aren't, I'll jump into a couple of other things that I just want to make sure. So let's just say you're right on the cusp between your tier 1 and tier 2, and you've got 10 agents, and one of those agents goes non-producing or leaves the brokerage. You would have tier 2 shut off until that agent closed a transaction or you attracted another agent to the brokerage. You do not lose all of those agents. Everything stays in place. However, you can be turned off and on in terms of tiers. Now, let's say you're at 14 agents and 1 agent or 2 agents leave. No worries, you're still above the 10 agent tier 1 threshold, so you'd still be earning. However, the agents do have to maintain those either production or staying with the brokerage in order for the tiers to remain unlocked. Also, something else, if you attract an agent and that agent attracts 1,000 agents, first off, awesome, good for you, that would be amazing. Secondly, if that agent leaves, what happens to the branch or the tree or the network, however you want to describe it? Nothing. All of the revenue share continues to flow up the sponsorship network to you. However, that one single position would be a company held position, right? So if it's 1,000 people, 999 of them are still paying you, except that one single position. Real would take that position as a corporate position. Does that make sense?
Okay.
One last question. Does the revenue share start right away, or is it something you have to be an agent with the company for a year?
No, it starts right away. You get paid out on every transaction that closes. The revenue share, great question though, is paid out on the 15th of the month for the preceding month. So all of the revenue share that closed in April would be closing on next Monday, will be paid out to the agents next Monday the 15th. Any other questions here at all? So as I mentioned, just kind of finishing up with the agent community, these are all of the states and provinces that we're in as a company. We actually just opened Manitoba. We are also open in Delaware, soon to be South Dakota, and then we'll just have a couple of states left. We want to continue to grow and expand, and that's part of the reason that we're partnering with you all, is we feel that it's a great symbiotic relationship. We have a great cultural match, and we want to work together to take over. And so I think that it's been a great partnership, and I think it will continue to be. You will be able to work and collaborate with all of these agents across every single one of these states. Those of you who want to start teams and expand into other states, you can do that at Real without having to get licensed in that state. So we have a lot of tools and a lot of features that we want to share with you all to give you the best advantage in the market. And then one other thing I wanted to mention, I think John mentioned, is health insurance. We will be having health insurance for all of our agents. That will be coming probably in the fall, Q3. It's 100% happening. It's already been announced to the public. The CEO and the president, Sharon Srivatsaa, have already committed to it. I know that the talks are in motion. It's just happening a little bit above my head in terms of carriers, et cetera. Is there anything else I can help out with? I noticed.
Joel, I just received a question asking, what about commercial real estate opportunities?
Yes, we actually do allow commercial real estate. We treat it the same as every other transaction at this point in time. I will say that down the road, maybe 2 or 3 years from now, we will probably have a separate commercial division. And anyone who's doing commercial is obviously going to be pulled into like, hey, how can we build a really great program around that? But as it stands right now, we treat commercial transactions just like any other transaction. It is applicable towards your cap, your revenue share, your stock awards. Everything is applicable to exactly the same, including the splits. It's exactly the same for commercial.
Yeah, and agent commercial is one of the DBAs that we're releasing to Real to record in all the states we go into. So our commercial division website will remain intact and just expand as we expand.
Exciting.
Yep.
Hey, Joel, I have a question on the $12,000 cap regarding the stock. The stock that you get, I think, is 16,000. Can you go back to that slide and just explain on that, when you earn that 12, you said you have to be with the company for 3 years, or you don't get it for 3 years? I didn't get that part, sorry.
Sure. So for both the Capping and Attracting Awards and the Elite Agent Awards, so this one is a number of shares and this one is a dollar amount. We're on the same page so far?
Yep.
Cool. Both of these awards are a 3-year vesting schedule from the time you receive the award. So you can receive them any point in time in your anniversary year. The 3 years begins when you receive the award. So if your anniversary year, again, just to keep it simple, is January 1 to January 1 or December 31, and you receive these awards in December, right before your anniversary rolls, then your 3 years will start from December, not from January or anniversary date. And it is a 3-year cliff, right? So it's not like a tiered structure where you get a percentage every year or every quarter, like some places do. You have to stay the full 3 years. At the end of the 3 years, the shares, either the number of shares or the 16,000 in stock, belongs to you outright.
Got it. Thank you.
Yep, no problem. Are there any other questions? Anything else I can help out with at all?
I do have a question regarding E&O insurance for commercial transactions that are fairly large, 15, 20 million, or even more than that. Will the E&O also cover that, or is that separate, a separate insurance?
Our E&O goes up to 6 million. And if you want to carry additional insurance on top of that to cover anything additional, I would recommend, if you're doing transactions that large, probably have an additional policy on top of what Real covers.
Joel, thank
Danny?
you. Excellent presentation. Even I can understand it. So thank you for being so articulate. Hey, I see Reagan is with us. Are you able to say hello?
I am, John. How are you? Hello,
I'm
team.
doing
Good, good.
unbelievably well. Thank you.
Hi, Reagan.
Awesome. Hey, hey, Scott. I am so excited to have you guys join the real family. This is going to be so good.
We're excited too. This is a big day.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Well, let me introduce myself real quick. My name's Reagan Nicholson. I'm the growth leader for California, and I am located in Southern California. I'm in Dana Point. So I'm in Orange County. So I'm here. What growth leader means for you guys is I am tasked with growing the agent population in California. And so I do that by way of assisting the agents. So when you guys have questions and as you learn the model and have questions around conversations and tools that are available to you to have those conversations, you can reach out to me. I can help you get brought to speed. I'm working with, I'm in conversation with Scott and John about coming to the office, and maybe we do this live and hybrid, also virtual. I don't know. We'll let you guys know. I teach what we call the 8 ways to earn income at Real. And it's basically what Joel went over, but in more detail. And so, and I'm going to give you the words and some little tricks and conversation pieces to have around having the conversation to attract agents to the company. So it's super helpful. We also teach that in the academy on every other Wednesday. We're happen to be doing it this week. I don't know if you guys are going to have access to the academy this quickly, but we'll get you in the fold after you guys get onboarded and whatnot. So I'm excited to work with you guys, and I'm excited to have you. So welcome aboard, and we'll be in conversation around getting a meeting set up.
That's great, Reagan. How do we get a hold of you?
Okay, so several ways. We communicate on what we call Workplace, which is where, and you guys will get onboarded on that. In the meantime, I'm going to give you my cell number and my email. Feel free to shoot me a text, give me a call. Happy to do that. I'll just give it to you right now. It's 949-304-9999. Reagan Nicholson. I'll throw it in the chat here real quick too. And then my email is reagan@therealbrokerage.com.
Oh, that's great.
And it's REAGAN @therealbrokerage.com.
All right. Well, listen, I know that we are, some of our agents are starting to onboard already. Shiva was our first agent to onboard. Shiva, you want to say hello?
Sure. Hi, everybody. I'm Shiva Manusheri. I've been working on John's team for about 7 years now, John.
Not long enough. We want to keep you forever.
Yes. So I had the pleasure to be the first one on the team to be onboarded into Real Brokerage yesterday. The process was very smooth, and it took me about 20 minutes. It's very similar to the way that we have been onboarding our agents. So I would say a little bit easier, but yeah, you guys have done a great job on using the automated system to help agents onboard easily. I've been fully onboarded as of yesterday, and I must say I am very impressed with the technology that you're offering to the agents. Awesome job, and I'm very excited to be part of this great team and brokerage. And for our agents, please reach out to me if you have any questions, if you need any assistance in the process of onboarding.
Thank you, Shiva. So Monday's kind of our date to get everybody moved over. However, it's okay if some people want to start transferring their licenses today. Is that right?
Yep, that's correct. We're ready for everyone. As I mentioned, I will say that we are going to waive the join fee for you all. So for those of you who decide to go ahead of time, if you see the join fee application, do me a favor and just shoot an email to onboarding@therealbrokerage.com and say, hey, I'm at the join fee page. and we will waive your application through. If you don't want to wait for us, you can pay it. We will be tracking and we will refund any payments to anyone that pays if you're doing it kind of like middle of the night or something like that, which I know some of my agents are night owls. So no worries there. But if you want to move ahead quickly, you can pay for it. We'll reimburse you. If not, you're willing to wait a little bit, an hour or so, we will waive the fee.
So the sooner I join, the sooner I cap, right?
That's right. That's right.
That's
As soon as you move, you start paying in towards your cap and off to the races.
That's so great. Well, I just want to say, is this real? Joel, it seems too good to be true.
It sure is. It sure is. I've been here since January of 2018. I actually was one of the first, call it 10 or 12 employees. We had about 450 realtors across 11 states, mostly in the Northeast at that point in time. And, when I came from the startup world. And so I had a few questions for Tamir, our CEO, who you all will get a chance to meet if you come to the conference in October, or maybe even before if he's in Southern California. But I asked him, where do you see the company in the next 5 years or 10 years? And he said, I want the biggest brokerage in America by volume, because if we have that, that means everyone's making money. And then the headcount will come after that. And so I'm happy to be here. I've been here 5 years. I've seen us go from 450 agents to 10,000 plus agents. And I'm excited for the future, excited for this partnership. And we're excited to have you guys here across the board.
Thank you, Joel. Well, we love you guys, and we just welcome your wonderful personalities and charm into the great culture that we've built at Agent Inc. And we appreciate the fact that you support our brand, that you support our team, and that your goals are our goals. And it just feels like a wonderful partnership. We're all so excited.